Well, this is speaking mock test, and I'm Professor Kurum Jinjua, your IELTS examiner. What's your good name?
Nadeem Hussain. You may call me.
Okay. Well, Mr. Nadeem, where are you from?
Uh, I'm from district Jhelum, that is approximately 100 kilometers far away from capital of Pakistan, Islamabad.
Okay.
It's situated on the
Please.
river bank of Jhelum.
Okay. How long have you been in jail?
I,
Please come forward, please. How long have you been in jail?
I've been in Jhelum from my childhood, and
Since my childhood.
since my childhood.
Okay. Do you like your hometown?
Yes, of course. My hometown has its own identity. That is, majority of the people serving in Pakistan Army, and they made a great sacrifices for his country. And on the other hand, there are many historical places in district Jhelum.
Okay. Do you like social service?
Uh, I think I'm not fit for social services because I'm feeling myself a lazy person, and I like some independent
Okay.
job.
Do you like job or business?
Definitely, I like business because I spent approximately 18 years in job, and after that I started my business, and for the last 8 years I'm doing my business, and now I come to know that the business is more better than job.
Okay. Have you ever been abroad?
Yes, I have been abroad for 1 year, and my tour was towards Russian states, including Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and Baku. The city I love that is Baku.
Okay. Um, how much time do you spend with kids?
It's very difficult to find more time for my kids because my duty hours are so long, and I start my duty from 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. It's very long duration, and but when I arrived back and spent approximately 1 or 2 hours with them, but in the weekend we used to spend much time with my family.
Okay. Well, this is part two, and your topic is describe any situation in which you saved the life of someone. What was the situation? How did you save the life? And what happened? This is your topic. Yes, you
Saving a human life is a noble cause, and by the grace of Allah, I think I am from one of those people who served for a long time for humanity. And there are a lot of experiences in my life, but once when if I specifically describe, that is when I was in Rawalpindi. For that time, I was visiting just for taking uh, a goodwill of my relatives in a hospital. And during that time, I found there is a patient suffering from some breathing.
There was patient
There
suffering.
was a patient that suffering from breathing.
Who was suffering?
There was a patient beside, next to our patient, and suddenly the staff nurse called the doctor and registrar of that unit. They arrived very fastly, quickly, but they tried their level best. But unfortunately, they are inexperienced. They didn't have experience to work in the emergency situation, and especially the situation of the patient relates to the operation theater, and that service which he required at the moment that relates to the anesthetists. For that, they were not trained, and I was there, and suddenly I noted that the patient is in a serious problem. Then I asked him, "Sir, if you don't mind, let me do." He said, "Yes, if you can do, please come." And I did intubation for that patient. which maintain his respiration. And in the meanwhile, the associate professor visited there, and when he saw with some equipments in my hand, he asked me, "Who is this gentleman?" The registrar said that, "Sir, I don't know who is this guy, but this guy saved his life."
Well, serving the life and saving the life of someone, obviously, it is a noble task. And do you think that we should take an initiative to participate in it?
Yes, of course, everybody try his level best to do whatever he can do for humankind.
Okay. So, what do you think that the South Asian peoples? Do you think that as compared to the Westerns, South Asian peoples they are more helpful than the Westerns?
Definitely, I believe that we have a great potential, and we are very enriched with our traditional culture, and uh, we are always we always found that the people are ready to help each other. But for that purpose, we should regulate the things, and people should know how to help the people in the right way.
Right. Do you think that now in this commercialized era, when everyone is hankering after wealth, so the people have very less time for others? So, what do you think that should we spare some time for serving others?
Definitely, you are right. We observe that this age is the age of selfishness, and most of the people's working for themselves. But whenever a man fall in some problem, and then they think about it. And but on the other hand, if you say that the society surviving because of those people, there are many hidden heroes who are working for such cause. And for example, Mr. Edi spent his whole life for such kind of subsistence.
Activities. Okay, well, Nadeem Dar, you spoke wonderfully great and you have been very fluent enough. And I think so, this space will take you to the seven bands. But hopefully, if you remain consistent and if you performed just like this as you have performed in the IELTS test, so definitely you will get more than six band in IELTS test. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.